Hello everybody, I'm Lorna Brooks and my company is Lorna Brooks Management Development. And as you know, I've started the process of talking the blog. This means that every time I write a blog for my website or a post for LinkedIn, I'm going to talk it through as well here on YouTube. Because I'm aware that many of you would like to listen to what we have to say rather than read it. So today I'm going to be talking about rotten apples. Not literally rotten apples, but rotten apples in your workplace. And I got the idea from this from a class I've been attending. If I start at the beginning, many of you know I love running, and I've entered a few events, 10Ks, half marathons, even a marathon. And this year I fancied doing something different. So I decided to enter the Wolf Run. Wolf Run is a 10K obstacle course. But the great bit about the Wolf Run is you do it with friends. So there were a team of us who took part. And I realised that I loved working as a team, getting muddy, getting messy. So after the Wolf Run, I took myself off and joined one of these outdoor boot camp type classes that I saw in my local park. Thought it'd be a lot of fun. And this particular company advertised that they were all about teamwork, not about embarrassing you by shouting at you, which worked well for me. And I must say, I enjoyed the classes overall. I loved the chances to do push-ups and burpees in the mud. But what I found progressively was there were a few members who'd come along to the classes, and I couldn't believe they'd paid to be there. They seemed to be so miserable. They were moaning all the time. It was too hot, it was too cold, it was too wet, it was too dry, so the ground was hard. The exercises were too hard. They were meant to stretch us. And really, what happened was most of us were just getting our heads down and doing the exercises, and then having to do more and more exercises in punishment for the behaviour of one or two of those bad apples. That made me think about the workplace and whether we have bad apples, rotten apples in the workplace. And I remember back to a time when I worked in a management team, and we were all hampered from making decisions by the micromanagement of the local regional head. He just couldn't make decisions on a local level because he was too busy up front, but he wouldn't let us make the decisions. And we were getting more and more constrained with what we could do. I found myself gravitating towards one of the managers who was really good for a moan. You could really talk to him about how dreadful the situation was, and you have a really good chance of putting the world to rights. And then I realised it wasn't helping matters, and what I needed to do was to gravitate away from him to see whether that would make a difference to the way I was coping with the workplace. And surprise, surprise, it did. Okay, I couldn't change the environment, I couldn't get those questions answered that I needed, but by changing my attitude towards that, I actually changed the way I coped for those 8 hours a day. So my question to you guys is, who are your rotten apples in the workplace? Who are the Bobs and the Sues and the Johns and the Jims who are always moaning? Most of the time, we just think, well, that's Bob or Sue or John or Jim, and we tolerate it and carry on. But are they having an effect on the rest of the team? Are the rest of the team having to tolerate that behaviour? What I suggest is you have a word with them, because quite often that's all you need. They don't realise the effect that they're having on the rest of the team. Or maybe you need to look a bit wider for some coaching or NLP to change the way they think. A good way of working out how someone thinks, what their mindset is to quite simply follow the old English tradition of saying, how are you? Someone who's positive will come back normally quite positively. Say, I'm good. Yeah, great, thank you. Someone who's perhaps not so positive or maybe not thinking about being positive will come back with, yeah, I'm all right. Or could be better. It's not always the case because sometimes it's just a bit of a joke, but it affects the way your mindset thinks because it gets stored in your positive mind. So have a think about it. How are you responding to that question? How's your day been? Are you the rotten apple? Or is there a rotten apple in your team that you need to talk to and you need to sort out so the rest of your team can have a nice day? Thanks for listening. I'm Lorna Brooks from Lorna Brooks Management Development. Please find me on social media. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, or link in with me and say hello. That would be great. Cheers then. Bye.